Hi everyone, welcome back to RAW.FPL. So in this one is my updated and final draft of Game Week 1 for the 25-26 season. And yeah, I am sticking with the no Salah draft. I might bottle it last minute, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with HAALAND. And yeah, I'll show you the draft in a second, but I'm really happy with it. Obviously, the only big thing missing is Salah. I will be doing weekly videos, so each week I'll show you my team, just to show you how I'm getting on. So yeah, if you do like this one, please do drop a like and hit subscribe if you're new. I'm so close to 100 subscribers now, so if you do find any value, please do consider subscribing. It really does help me out. So yeah, thank you very much, and let's jump into it. Okay, so not wasting any time with this one, we'll just jump straight in. And yeah, basically it's not changed massively since the last update, to be honest. I've now got Sanchez in net and Dubravka. I'm happy with those two. They're locked in, as I say. I've no issues with them. Sales is a good pick as well at 5 million. And as I say, Kelleher probably is the best 4.5, I'd say. But just keep an eye on the press conferences because I think he had like a slight knock. But yeah, I'm stuck with those two. I'm happy with that. Sanchez, Dubravka. Dubravka, obviously, is just going to be on the bench pretty much all the time anyway. So starting with Sanchez. Into defence, there's some slight changes. So I went with Gabriel previously, but I just think Arsenal's fixtures, they're not that amazing. So I know they are like probably the best defence of the league, but it's Man United. I expect them to score. Leeds, clean sheet potential. But then you've got Liverpool, Forest, Man City, Newcastle. So I'm like, the time to get on Arsenal is probably game week 7. So for now, I'm probably just going to leave the defender and go with Frimpong instead. So Van Dijk is definitely the safer option, but Frimpong, with Bradley being out, and we don't know how long this is for, so it is quite risky, but I just think he's going to be first choice regardless, and he's so attacking. And yeah, the fixtures for Liverpool, they're not amazing to be honest, but they are certainly better than Arsenal, I'd say. So the first three, I mean, Bournemouth, you could get a clean sheet there. Newcastle's tough, Arsenal's tough, then you've got Burnley, Everton, Palace, and again, they're not that amazing, really, but I think Frimpong is obviously a lot more attacking. Nico Williams, I want some Forest cover, and their fixtures are decent. So they've got Brentford, Palace, West Ham. The Arsenal game's not brilliant, but then Burnley, Sunderland. So again, I think having having a Forest defender makes a lot of sense, and Williams is just basically the cheapest way into there. He does get quite far forward as well, and he's quite good for defensive contributions. So, yeah, happy with Williams. Van der Ven, he's changed. I think had Wan-Bissaka, but Wan-Bissaka, the fixtures aren't brilliant. And Van der Ven, after watching the Super Cup final, they were much better than I kind of thought defensively. So they've got Burnley. Man City's away is not brilliant, but that's fine. I could potentially even play Stevie on the bench because he's got Sunderland. And then it's Bournemouth, West Ham, Brighton, Wolves, Leeds, Villa. So the fixture is pretty good for Spurs. So Van der Ven, obviously that really wants to be Porro, but I've just got no money left in this draft. So if you can get to Porro, I much prefer him. He should be on set pieces as well, with Maddison out injured. So yeah, Van der Ven, he should be quite good for defensive contributions as well. So that's the back line. Into midfield, like I said, the main thing really is there's no Salah, which, yeah, it's between Salah and HAALAND for me. I think having both HAALAND and Salah, basically just, you have to make too many sacrifices elsewhere. And HAALAND, you can't really cover him because Marmoush maybe, but there's just so much uncertainty around his minutes. I think he will probably start Marmoush, but for how long? That's the question. He's a Man City player. HAALAND is basically the only nailed player in that City team. Maybe Guardiola, but even him, I think there's doubts against him as well in Game Week 1. So I've gone for HAALAND, and Gakpo and Wirtz, I'm kind of, along with Frimpong, I'm hoping all three of them can somehow just cover a bit of Salah. So I've got those three plus HAALAND, and I'm hoping they should do better than whatever Salah does, which he should do. I mean, Gakpo, left-hand side should be his, unless they do sign another winger, which they could well do. But I'm kind of taking that chance. 7.5 mil. And as I said, the fixtures, for an attacker anyway, they're pretty good. And Wirtz just looks really good when he's on the ball. I expect the goals to kind of be shared around a bit more. So that's what I'm hoping for anyway. So Wirtz, Gakpo and Frimpong, I'm just hoping can cover Salah. And then, like I said, Haaland up top. That is the rest of the team. So like Palmer, Rodgers, I'm pretty set on. Palmer, like I said, good fixtures anyway. And you just know he's going to play, and he's on penalties, so he's definitely staying. Rodgers, he's been seen in like training and things now, so I think he'll be fine. So yeah, Rodgers, the fixtures are really good for Villa, and when he's fit and available, he just plays. They've got Newcastle, Brentford, Palace, Everton, Sunderland, Fulham, Burnley. Yeah, the fixtures are just good, pretty long term. So Rodgers, providing he's fit, which looks like he is, we'll have to wait to see what Emery says, but I think he is fit. He'll be in. And then Kudus, he's a bit of fun. He could definitely be Sarr, but I just like Kudus, and I said I like the Spurs fixtures. But Kudus could definitely be Sarr. But yeah, 6.5 mil. I think him and Sarr probably the two best. Unjai potentially, but with Unjai, you've now got KD. What's his name? Not Kevin De Bruyne. Kieran Dewsbury-Hall at Everton. So with Dewsbury-Hall in there, obviously Unjai has to go somewhere else because Dewsbury-Hall will probably play as the number 10. So then you have Unjai potentially going to the right. I think you've also got Grealish coming in. He could potentially be on the left. So yeah, I'm not sure on Unjai. I think if you're going to go for Everton, I'd just probably go for Dewsbury-Hall because he's 1.5 mil cheaper as well. But yeah, I've gone for Kudus. Like I said, could be Sarr. And then up top, as I say, Haaland. And I've still got Gyökeres in there. Now, Haaland, like I said, you can't really cover him because maybe Marmoush, but he is a machine. And he started the season last season so well. I think he got like 10 goals in 5 games. And he could easily do the same again. Wolves, Spurs, Brighton, Man U. Arsenal's tough, but he's got Burnley, Brentford, Everton. So, yeah, I think I'm probably going to take the gamble. And it sounds mental, betting against Salah. But I'm just hoping that between kind of Haaland, Wirtz, Gakpo, they can beat him. And then the Gyökeres, he could definitely be Watkins. As normal, I'll let you know in the comments what I actually end up on. But at the moment, I'm going to take another risk. There's quite a few risks in this team, but I just think if he does play, which he should start, it's just how many minutes he gets with Havertz there. You know, he's Arsenal's number 9, and they've got Man United and then Leeds straight after. The fixtures after, as I said with Gabriel, are fairly tough, but for an attacker, you know, that Liverpool game could be any score. Forest, you'd back Arsenal to score there, and then, yeah, you just don't really know. Like, I think he could easily be Watkins, but I've kind of got Rodgers as well, so it's whether I want to double up on Villa, but then I'll have no Arsenal as well. So yeah, currently I've got Gyökeres in there. It could definitely be Watkins. Watkins is safer, and maybe I should just go a bit safer with this because I've got quite a few kind of risks. I've got, you know, Gyökeres, I've got Frimpong, even like Kudus. You know, he could potentially not play every game. So yeah, there's a few risks in here, but I think if it all goes well, then yeah, it could absolutely smash it. And then on the bench, as I said, Dubravka, Gui, he might not even play the first game, but he should be, you know, once he's back up to full match fitness, I think he'll start and he should be kind of like the number 9 for Sunderland. Esteve, as I said, I might actually play him game week 2 and then I'll swap him for Van de Ven. So get Gay, Esteve, and then Hoover. At the moment he's playing, and he's playing as like a wing back. I could potentially play him, you know, game week 4. So, game week 5 there against Leeds. So yeah, the subs, they are the cheapest. Basically, I just wanted to put all of the budget onto the starting 11, and then these 3 will just be the bench. Like I say, Esteve, maybe I'll sub for Van de Ven. But yeah, all the money basically in the 11. Like I said, it is just whether I go with a Haaland draft, which is this one, or I get Salah in. To get Salah in, I would basically drop down Haaland, like a 7.5, and then I would have to drop down Frimpong to Porro, and then I could get Salah in for Saka. So let me know your thoughts, but at the moment I'm tempted just to go differential and go with this draft here. Haaland captain, Wolves away. Yeah, it could go horribly wrong, but it just seems quite exciting. It just seems quite an attacking team. And yeah, Who knows? What could possibly go wrong, eh? Salah will probably end up getting a hat-trick, but Haaland, he does start pretty well. So, fingers crossed. But yeah, let me know what you think. Drop any questions down below in the comment section. And yeah, I'll be back again after the deadline for Game Week 2. So, best of luck for Game Week 1. And if you did find any value to this, please do drop a like and consider subscribing. And I'll catch you next time. Cheers.